Welcome all, my dear friends. Let us enter into another significant arena of the world of patents, that is known as patent drafting. So, after having a lots of discussions on the most significant sections, rules, and forms of the Patents Act 1970 and the Patents Rules 2003, respectively, let us enter into this beautiful and most important arena of the world of patents. Okay, so let us continue with patent drafting. Fine. So, patent drafting or otherwise we can say patent specification writing. Okay, and today I have taken the topic patent specification. Okay, so let us proceed with this. Now, a beautiful thought, friends. Just listen it carefully. Grasp the essence from the seed and let it drip from your fingertips. I'm again reading it, friends. Grasp the essence from the seed and let it drip from your fingertips. And that's called drafting. I hope it is clear. Fine. That means I have tried to explain you this term drafting in a literal way with showing some beautiful clips. Fine. I hope you get it. Okay. So let us proceed. Now we will have a comparison because whenever we say what is a draft, normally we go to its literal meaning. Fine. So first of all, we will go to the literal meaning of a draft. Fine. Okay. We can say that a draft is a preliminary version of a piece of writing. Fine. Or it is or we can say a draft is a written order to pay a specified sum. Fine. So this is the normal and literal meaning of draft. Now we will go towards what is a patent draft. Fine. Because this is the demand of our legal world or the world of patents. Fine. Okay. Let us see. A patent draft is a technical document presented in a legal format that has two primary functions. Fine. Number one is to establish novelty, and point number two is to establish inventive step or non-obviousness of an invention. Fine. Also, we can note it that patent drafting is the process of writing the patent description and claims. Fine. When the patent is issued, the draft is the specification part of the document. So, whenever you will try to understand the meaning of this statement that I have written in the note part, then your confusions will be clarified. Fine. So, just remember, patent drafting is the process of writing the patent description and claims. Fine. And when the patent is issued, the draft is the specification part of the document. Fine. So, the comparison has been done. Let us proceed. Now, see friends, what I have given the title to this slide. The seed of the fruit. That means we know the very essence of a fruit is the seed. And seed is that part of the fruit which has the possibility, all the possibilities of life. So in this way, we can just compare this particular content of the complete specification as the seed of the fruit. That means the most important content for the complete specification. Okay. What it is? This is claim or claims. See, the name of the game is claim. Okay, just remember this. The name of the game is claim. Okay, just proceed. Sentence of a claim. Okay, so let us see the sentence of a claim has how many parts? What is its structure? Fine. Okay. The sentence of the claim has generally three parts. Part number one is the preamble. Part number two is the elements, which includes the claim body. And part three, that is the interconnections, which means transition terms. Okay. And now we will go into detail of these things. Okay. Just take a look. Yeah. Just a visual, nothing else. Features of a claim. Okay, so let us proceed into the details of a claim. Okay, so point number one, each claim is to be in form of a single sentence that we discussed earlier. Fine. Point number two, the claim should begin with I claim or the invention claimed is. Okay, or something similar. Fine. Point number three, a claim should begin with a capital letter and end with a period. Okay, and the period includes, it may be a full stop, it may be an inverted comma, etc. Fine. Point number four, var forms should be matching throughout the claims. Okay, that means the var forms should be matching throughout the claims. Fine. For example, to understand it better, there is an example. Okay. Correct is a pencil having a fastener at one end. Fine. What is the incorrect one? A pencil will have a fastener at one end, or a pencil will has a fastener at one end. Fine. So this is a very good example to understand that the verb form should be matching. Fine. Point number 5, numbering. Point number 6, preamble. Point number 7, transition term or terms. Point number 8 is claim body. So we can say uh, this is the structure of a claim, or these are the features of a claim. Fine. Okay. Now, as we have already discussed up to point number 4, now we will go for point number 5, that is numbering, and in detail I will proceed. Okay. Okay. So here the point number 1 is the broadest claim should be ordered first. Point number 2, patent with one claim should not include numbers, but multiple claims should be numbers, should include or should be numbered consecutively. Fine. Okay. Point number 3, similar claims should be grouped together. If both product and processes are being claimed together, then the claim of each concept should be grouped together. For that is, we can say all product claims be put together and all process claims be put together separately. Fine. The numbering of each concept should be done consecutively. Okay, then we can say that one group is for product claims and one group is for process claims. For example, product claim group 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. and process claim group 6, 7, 8, 9. In this way we can write. Fine. Next we will go to preamble. Okay, in preamble we will study in detail. Okay, point number 1. Every claim starts with an introductory section called a preamble, indicating the statutory classes of the invention and describing it as a whole. Okay, just remember, in the literary world, or in the, we can say, in in political science where you have heard this word, that means preamble? The answer is very easy. Preamble of the Constitution. We have already, that means we know this, so we can just compare this, the literal meaning of preamble. Fine, so that you can correlate how this is significant. Okay, point number 2. Short preamble is preferred. Point number 3. The title of the invention introduces the invention. Generally, it is chosen to be similar to the preambles of the claims but can vary as needed or as desired. Since the title is not read as claims, limitation. Just remember this. Since the title is not read as claims, limitation. Fine. Point number 4. The preamble should be consistent with the scope of the actual claims and should be revised if the scope of the claim is modified. Fine. Okay. That means the revision occurs only when the scope of the claim is modified. Fine. Then point number 5. The preamble must match the invention described in the specification. That is, we can say, if the specification calls for a pencil, the claim should not specify writing instrument. Okay. Similarly, we can say, if the invention is useful on pencil or pen, or if we can say, if the invention is useful for the invention is useful on pencil or pen, the claim should not specify pencil because pen is also included. Fine. Okay. Point number 6. The preamble should not include unnecessary limitation. The determination of whether preamble recitations are structural limitations can be resolved only on review of the entirety of the application, or we can say that review of the entire application. Fine. Point number 7 from the preamble in detail. Okay, we are just continuing from our previous slide. Fine. Point number 7. A limitation should be included in the body of the claims, perhaps in a whereby clause. Exception is only the invention where limitation is needed to put the rest of the claims in proper and understandable context. It can be featured in the preamble. Okay, that means here point number 7 explains about where to include the limitation. That means in what situation the limitation should be included in which part. Fine. For example, we can say a limitation should be included in the body of the claims normally. This is the normal situation, perhaps in a whereby clause. But the exception is that the invention where limitation is needed to put the rest of the claims in proper and understandable context, then it should be featured in the preamble. Fine. The example is, okay, that means we are giving a physical example so that it will be better to understand. Fine. See, in composition, the example is in composition of matter, claims that describe a new and unnamed material. The preamble could be a composition comprising materials Y and Z, whereby the composition has density W and color X. Fine. Point number 8. Since dependent claims implicitly includes the text of the parent claims, the limitation of the preamble of the parent claim also becomes the limitation of the dependent claim. Okay. The invention in a dependent claim should not be broader in any respect than its parent claims. Okay. That means there should be a proper mapping. As we know that the dependent claims implicitly includes the text of the parent claims. Okay. So the limitation of the preamble of the parent claim also becomes the limitation for the dependent one. Fine. So that's why we say that the invention in a dependent claim should not be broader in any aspect. as compared to the parent claims. Fine. Point number 9. The patent office relies on the preamble for approaching to an appropriate examining group. So, changing the claims with this goal in mind is beneficial. For example, in one instance, the application load on microprocessor group was less than the software group. This is just an example. So, we can say that at a particular situation, the application load on microprocessor group was less than the software group. So, the preamble was changed from software to microprocessor group. Okay. So, or we can say that the preamble was changed from software to microprocessor to get the application marked to the microprocessor group to make it easier. Nothing else. Fine. I hope it is clear now. Now, the next thing is transition term or terms in detail. Okay. So we can say first point. These are the words between the preamble and claim body. Fine. Just remember this, that the transition term, because we know the literal meaning of transition. Fine. So just by recalling its literal meaning, you can find out, or you can just correlate here as well, that these are the words between the preamble and the claim body. The two most common transition terms are comprising and consisting of. Just remember. Fine. And these are used to describe sub-elements in a claim and are similarly interpreted in that context. Fine. Point number 2. Transition term comprising. I am talking about the transition term comprising. This means including the following elements but not excluding others. Just remember. Fine. The synonymous words such as including, containing, wherein, etc. can also be used. But these terms may be construed as less open than comprising. Fine. For example, an apparatus comprising a pencil, an eraser attached to one end of the pencil, and a grip attached to the center of the pencil. Fine. I hope it is clear now. Next point is, that means transition terms in detail only is continuing in this slide as well. And the next point here is transmission terms consisting of, means including the following elements, no more and no less. No more and no less. So we can say the synonymous terms such as constituting and being. Okay. We can say here the synonymous terms are constituting and being also. Okay. So we can say a claim consisting of certain elements may contain trace amounts of other non-functional elements, but no more than that. For example, an apparatus consisting of a pencil, an eraser attached to the pencil, and a grip attached to the pencil. Fine. We can say, friends, though there is no difference in dictionary meaning of these two words, that is comprises and consisting, that we are talking about, but in patent practice these words have different interpretations. Just remember. Fine. Comprising denotes a very broad and open claim which can be interpreted to include unspecified ingredients even in measure amounts. This is I can say the area is broader here. Okay. And consisting of would generally imply a narrow claim not allowing inclusion of materials other than those already stated in the claims. This is the difference actually. Okay. So comprising or comprises is the most preferred transitional word for most situations. Just remember this. Okay. The use of word imply that the considered device has at least the list of things which follow comprising, but might have other things also. Fine. Now we shall proceed with claim body in detail. Okay. The first point is the body of a claim resides the element of the claim and describes how they cooperate structurally, physically, or functionally to form an operative invention. Fine. The next point is elements that do not cooperate in same fashion are at best an aggregate and usually are not accepted. Fine. Point number 3. The claim language should be technical but not laudatory or surplus. Okay, that means it should be specific. Okay, for example, a handheld writing instrument comprising writing an element thus to write darker than before. Okay, the later clause should be deleted. Okay, got it? Next point is where the invention is a single element. For example, a pure composition, it is simply described. Okay. The next point is claim elements are usually respected as a list. The element can be separated by commas or semicolons or feature an outline style, prefacing each claim element or each claims element with A, comma B or C as we have mentioned here, etc. The later form is helpful for claims that refer back to previous elements after step C. That means you can observe this slide. Okay. So just remember the keywords that I have specially I have colored with yellow, blue, green, etc. So that by remembering these keywords, you can very well remember the gist of this or the exact, or we can say, yeah, we can say that the gist of the claim body we can very well remember or recall. Fine. Okay. Now comes the most awaited slide of this video lecture, because in this slide there are questions for you. Fine. Question number 1. The best way to implement all the desired features is to make the specification specific and long and the main claims general and short. True or false? Fine. Question number 2. Short preamble is preferred. True or false? Question number 3. The novelty feature coming out of the claim must lead to significant unobvious results. True or false? Question number 4. The wording of claims should be clear and unambiguous so that the claim is not prone to several possible interpretations. True or false? And the last, that is question number 5, is comprising or comprises is the most preferred transitional word for most situations. True or false? Okay. So friends, please go through these questions. Please go through each and every slide of this video lecture and write down your compliments, comments and queries in my comment box. Also answer these questions and get back to me in case of any kind of queries. Okay? Happy learning! So friends, enrich your brain cell with proper food and proper knowledge. So thank you all my dear friends for listening to me and watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Please keep questioning. Please keep learning and keep enjoying. Thank you so much. God bless you. Jai Hind.